Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today, and it's actually a gift card holder, okay? Let me show you the supplies. We're using Pool Party cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11, and then we're using the Bird Ballard Designer Series paper. This piece measures 5 by 3 3/4, and this piece measures 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. The Whisper White layer is 5 1/4 by 4, and the other piece is 4 by 2 1/2. We've got scraps of old olive for the image right here, and then we've got 3 of the stitch nested dies. Now this stamp set and this framelit set is a bundle in our new catalog that's going to be available on June 4th. Okay, so that's what we're using for this card. I'm also using this stitched rectangle to make our little gift card holder. Okay, so let me get the Simply Scored scoring tool and we will score our gift card holder. Okay, so I'm going to place this on the 11-inch side, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Fold on the score line, and we're going to fold this, fold that one back. Using your bone folder is helpful. Okay, now we're going to take that stitched rectangle die, and you want to make sure that you place it, see, right there, because this section right here covers up the gift card, so you don't want to put the slot any higher than this, because otherwise this wouldn't hold very well, okay? So I'm going to get the Big Shot real quick, and we will make the hole for the gift card. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and place it down. Now these dies do prefer to be at an angle, but if we put it at an angle, then it's going to bend our cardstock. So give me just a second. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I might have to use washi tape to hold it, but it's working. Okay, so here we have the hole for the gift card. Just like that, okay? Now we can go ahead and add our layers. So I'm going to take the Whisper White layer, both of those Whisper White layers, and add them using my liquid glue. I didn't paper craft this weekend, so my tip of my liquid glue had dried up. If y'all read my blog post, you'll see that I dropped my phone in the lake on Friday. I just about had a heart attack. I still cannot believe that that happened. Yeah. Oh well, I learned a very valuable lesson. Double check your backups. That's 4 months of photos, videos, notes. I use my phone for everything, so I was pretty certain that I had everything backed up, but I somehow didn't automatically select iCloud backup. I'll be double checking that forever. Okay, so now we're going to take the Designer Series paper and attach those. Yeah, I was sitting on a chair and it was by my leg, and somehow I moved or something, and it just went boom, and went right between the crack of the dock. It didn't even hit the wood at all. It just perfectly slid right through, and those holes were only about that big. It's not like they were huge. It probably wasn't even that big. Oh well, like I said, it's taught me a very valuable lesson. I used to always back up to my computer before I would go on trips, but since I started using the iCloud, or so I thought, I didn't back it up before my trip. I didn't back it up before April either when I went to Onstage. I will now. I'll be backing it up both iCloud and computer. And I did back up to Google Photos as well, except that you have to keep the app running. And I closed it, so it only uploaded until September of last year. Okay, so now I want to tape this part down for the gift card. So I'm just going to take my, I'm not going to use liquid adhesive for this part because I don't want to mess up, but there we go. And again, I'm going to take my stubs card out and show you that. Now you could put adhesive here if you want, but I kind of like that it will slide all the way down. Okay. I'm going to take it back out. Actually, I'm going to need that tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp. Because this image is so large, I like to ink it upside down so that I get all of it. Okay. Again, this Whisper White layer approximately measures 2 by 3 3/4. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm going to stamp hello. The Pool Party layer is approximately 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then the next Whisper White is 2 5/8 by 4 7/8. I'm going to go ahead and add this. Did I put adhesive on the right side? Yep. You're going to love these stitched nested dies. And if you get the bundle, you save 10% starting on June 4th, okay? Now, let's go ahead and cut out the hello. I'm using the Classic Label Punch. You can cut this with your trimmer, your scissors, whatever you prefer. I'm using the Classic Label Punch because that just gives me a really great starting point. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and color. We're using the combo pack of the Daffodil Delight, the Light Crumb Cake, and the Light Old Olive. I'll start with the Light Old Olive. This is the image that we used when we were at On Stage, and I was like, oh, I cannot wait to get that. You guys already know I like birds. Okay, I think I got all of it. Now, I'm going to take the dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to add a little. I'm going to take the light Daffodil Delight and finish coloring. So when we were at On Stage, we were only given a few markers, a few colors. And it's funny because some people were wanting other colors, you know, and I'm like, it's okay if the beak isn't colored. Now I'm going to take the Light Crumb Cake and color the limbs. I'm going to come back and get the Light Daffodil Delight again and color the blooms just lightly. Now you could always bring in the Pool Party if you want. But I figured I have enough Pool Party with all the cardstock. I missed a leaf right here. Okay, so now this one's going to get popped up with regular dimensionals. So I'm going to take 3. Oh, well, I put that in on the wrong piece, but luckily it works. I meant to put it on the white. I haven't filmed a video in like 5 days, so I'm a little out of practice. Okay, there's that. This one's going to get attached with a mini dimensional. I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to take my, now this is the Old Olive twine that's in the Occasions catalog that is retiring. So if you don't have it and you don't plan on buying it, I will show you what you can use instead. I do really like this, and it does match the greeting really well. Okay, and I messed up. Let me start over. I almost didn't cut myself enough. There we go. I can usually do it with about 8 inches. So in the new annual catalog, we're going to have this color, which is Mossy Meadow. So if you end up not getting the old olive twine in the Occasions catalog, you could always use the Mossy Meadow. It's a little darker, but it still looks good. Maybe not perfect, but it'll work, okay? So now I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to add my bow right on top, and add that there. And then this is going to get added to our card. So let me show you how you make sure you get this right. Put the card in there. You're covering that up. And so you're only going to place adhesive on this side right here, because if you put it over here, then it would stick to all of this. So you're basically just centering it on the Designer Series paper, okay? So I'm going to take my liquid glue. And center it. Okay, so here's my original. Here's the one we just made. Now I moved the hello over a little bit since my image is stamped a little higher. This one's stamped a little lower. But there's the Stubbs card. I don't want to use a gift card to show those numbers, you know. Okay, don't forget there's a free inspiration sheet over on my website that has all the measurements, and this stamp set and those framelits will be available on June 4th. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.